This is so exciting. I'm so happy to be here with you all. So it's 9 o'clock, but I think we'll give just another minute. We've got a short practice today, which I'm excited about. And I think the recording will be shared. So my hope is that if you're someone who really enjoys guided practice and today's practice resonates with you, that it might be a resource for you as we move toward the winter solstice and into the winter holidays and the start of the new year. So as we're just waiting for a couple others to join us, maybe just take a moment to orient toward your environment and make sure that you have everything that you need to settle in for a comfortable practice this morning. Good morning, Katie. Good morning, Dee Dee. I'm glad you're here.
Be on camera shortly.
No problem. Yeah, you can be on camera or off camera. It's totally up to you. Of course, it is so nice to see you all. I see some donning of sweaters and blankets. It's a little chilly here this morning in Austin, where I am. I can feel, got my feet nestled into something cozy here on the floor. You can sit in a cozy chair. You can sit on your cushion. And maybe just welcome a few deeper, fuller breaths. Yawns, sighs, audible sounds, all welcome and great for helping our nervous systems to regulate. Oh, good morning, Leticia. I'm so happy to see your face and the light streaming through your windows. There's Dee Dee. Hi, Autumn. I'm so glad you're here with us. Yeah. Something to celebrate. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and officially get started. The practice that I'm going to share with you all this morning is a practice that is near and dear to my heart. It's a variation on a teaching from Tibetan Buddhism called the Four Immeasurables, which may be familiar with some of you. These four practices, I feel like, beautifully weave together into a single practice that will meet us exactly where we are and offer us something valuable no matter what is happening in our lives or in the world around us. And these four practices are four qualities that are inherent to each of us. We already have them, and yet we can cultivate them and bring them forward. And those qualities are equanimity or peace, loving kindness, compassion, and joy. And so we're going to start with a little bit of movement just to come into our bodies and orient to our environment. You can do this movement practice seated, but if you'd like to stand up, you are welcome to take a moment to stand up. Whether you're seated or standing, in a chair or on a cushion, wherever you are, just feel the points of contact with the ground through your feet and your seat. Just let your attention move there to notice the places where there's contact and the felt sense of being supported. And just notice what happens all by itself as you orient to this sense of grounding. And then from your feet, let your attention travel up through your body, just taking a moment to greet your body and to notice how your body feels. And as you greet your body, welcoming any little bits of movement that want to help happen, that just help you to orient to the feeling of like, oh, I'm here and I'm in my body. And this is how my body's feeling today. And as you come up through the body, taking note of your spine in space, feeling an effortless sense of lifting from your tailbone up through the core of you to the crown of your head. And then we're just going to do some little movements to help orient and open up through this central line, which is the central organizing principle of our subtle bodies. So as you feel that lengthening, welcome a couple of breaths that just help you to sense the energy that runs along your spine. And then just gently start to lean toward your left. You might just dip your left ear toward your left shoulder, and then maybe let your left shoulder start to release toward your left hip. Just a very gentle side bend. Maybe the right arm wants to lift up and over, or maybe it just wants to stay where it is. And welcome 3 deeper, fuller breaths, just feeling a sense of opening through the right side of your body. And then maybe your gaze wants to travel up toward that right arm or toward the sky. And then just dance your fingertips a little bit, maybe rolling in the wrist, wiggling the fingers, and then releasing that right arm if it's lifted and coming back to center, and just noticing for one moment how the right and left sides of your body feel. And then we'll take that movement over to the right, starting first just by dipping the right ear toward the right shoulder, and then letting the right shoulder move toward the right hip. And then maybe the right arm wants to float up. Maybe not. Deepening the breath and feeling the left side of your body opening now. And then maybe your gaze wants to travel up toward that left arm or up toward the sky. Dance your fingertips a bit, maybe even smile. And then when you're ready, let that left arm float down. And just pause and check in. Good morning, Pranita. And then inhaling, feeling that lengthening of the spine. This time we're going to move into just a gentle twist. It'll look a little different if you're seated or standing, but just find a twist that feels good to your body, that allows the sense of opening like a spiral staircase from your tailbone up through your back body up toward the crown of your head. And then let your eyes continue that twist. So if you're twisting to the right, your eyes are going to stretch and look as far to the right as you can without straining. One more breath in this way. Exhaling and twisting just a little deeper, and then inhaling back to center. And we'll take that twist right into the other side. Feeling that opening from the root of the spine, from the tailbone up all the way to the crown of the head, and letting the eyes continue to guide that opening, letting the eyes stretch and look to the left. And inhaling as you're ready, coming back to center, feeling your spine long in space. And then inhale, hold on to your kneecaps and just reach your navel forward, lift your heart forward, lift your chin away from your chest, arching your spine. And then exhale, tuck your tailbone, draw your navel back, soften your heart and spread your shoulder blades on the back body, release your chin towards your chest. And then back and forth a few more times. You can move breath by breath or take it a little slower than that. And just feeling the opening of the spinal column, again from the tailbone all the way up. And after your next inhale, let the exhale just bring you back to center. That sequence of postures in Tibetan yoga is called Dorje Korlo, or the diamond wheel, and is often used is often used as a preparation for meditation. Just check in with your body now and notice if there's any other little movements that want to happen. And if you're standing, you'll come back into your seat and just find your way into a good seated posture for meditation. You can sit kneeling, cross-legged in a chair with your feet on the floor. We're going to do these starting with loving kindness. And today we're going to welcome loving kindness for ourselves and then extend compassion to others, which is a variation on this 4 immeasurables practice. So as you settle into your seat, I invite you to bring your hands into some gesture that feels loving and kind toward yourself. You might give yourself a hug, or bring your hands to cradle your cheeks, or rest your hands on your heart or your heart in your belly. And you might try just a couple and notice what feels the most nourishing, the most caring. And then when you find the right one, nestle in, welcome some deep breaths, and just let yourself receive this gesture of love and care toward yourself. And notice if there are any words that want to accompany this loving touch. What is it that you most need to hear this morning as you begin your day? There's a line from a Mary Oliver poem that ends with the words, "Watch now how I start the day with kindness." And so, following in Mary Oliver's wisdom, we can set an intention to start our days with kindness. And your hands can stay as they are, or when you're ready, allow your hands to just float down and rest on your thighs or in your lap. We'll continue this practice of loving kindness by offering ourselves particular phrases, starting with the words, "May my body be at ease." You can say the words aloud or silently to yourself. And then as the words fall away, just feel yourself receiving this genuine wish of loving kindness. May my body be at ease. May my heart be open. May my mind be boundless. May I awaken for the benefit of the world around me. Notice if there are any other words that you might extend to yourself that carry a deeper personal wish for loving kindness. And notice how your body responds. as you receive this loving kindness this morning. Let your attention come to rest in the space of your heart. And let your heart be open. Letting it be as open as it can be without forcing. And perhaps just allowing that extension of loving kindness in the words, may my heart be open. Help to expand that, whatever sense of openness is here. And as your heart is open, allow there to be a sense of opening your heart to the world. And as you open your heart to the world, making space for the people and places that are calling for your compassion this morning. And we're going to extend compassion to the world today, similar to the loving kindness practice, with some words. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings live with ease. Noticing how else your heart wants to extend compassionate care to the world around you. Just take a moment to allow that compassion to radiate from your heart. There may be words or images or just a felt sense that accompanies that extension of care. And then as you're ready, gently drawing your attention into relationship with your breath. Noticing the natural movement of the breath coming in and going out. In the practice of peace and the cultivation of equanimity, we come into a sacred relationship with our breath. And then we allow for these few precious moments for the breath to become the most important thing. To allow this life-giving breath to have the whole of our attention. And letting our minds rest here in the present moment, which is as alive and fluid and free as each breath that comes in and goes out. And let's welcome a few minutes in silence and stillness to just be here together, breathing and knowing that it is the breath that connects us all. When your attention wanders away from the breath, with gentleness and care, bring it back. And let your attention find refuge in the beautiful simplicity of the breath in this moment. And now release your attention from the breath. And just notice the state of your body, the felt sense of your embodied presence. Notice how your heart feels. And notice the quality of your mind. And the fourth and final immeasurable quality that we will cultivate in our practice this morning is joy. And so I invite you now to consider something or someone, a moment in time, or an object, a memory, something that when you see it or imagine it, it brings an experience of delight or joy. It might be a person, it might be a place, it might be a thing. And as you take this in, again, notice how your being responds. And tune in to the embodied quality of joy, even if it's just a little flicker of delight. Where is that? How do you feel that? And can you breathe into it and allow it to gently expand? And as we prepare to close our practice today and complete our joy practice, I'd like to share with you a Mary Oliver poem entitled, "Don't Hesitate." If you suddenly and unexpectedly feel joy, don't hesitate. Give into it. There are plenty of lives and whole towns destroyed or about to be. We are not wise and not often very kind, and much can never be redeemed. Still, life has some possibility left. Perhaps this is its way of fighting back, that sometimes something happens better than all the riches or the power in the world. It could be anything, but very likely you notice it in the instant when love begins. Anyway, that's often the case. Anyway, whatever it is, don't be afraid of its plenty. Joy is not made to be a crumb. Sometimes it can be difficult to allow ourselves to feel joy when there's so much suffering happening in our own personal experience or in the world around us. And yet when we can feel that joy, we can allow it to transform into an offering, something that we allow ourselves to experience, but that we also radiate out into the world. And so as we close our practice this morning, we'll use this experience of joy to dedicate the merit and make an offering. The benefit of our practice this morning extends out to all those who need it. Bring your hands back into perhaps the same or maybe a different gesture of care toward yourself, in acknowledgement and honor of your willingness to show up so fully this morning for yourself, for each other, for me. brought me a lot of joy to see all of your faces and to feel all of you here sitting together, and also to the world. Thank you. May you find joy in your day today. It truly is such a delight to take you all in through my eyes and my heart. Mwah.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
I hope to see you all soon. Oh, Autumn, hello. Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Autumn and Jeremy. So good to see you.
What a treat. It's so early there for you. I'm so glad that you are in a place and space that you can be here with us.
Yeah, it was lovely. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it too.
Good. How are you feeling, Autumn?
I'm coming along. I mean, pretty good, all things considered, but definitely a long way to go.
Good. Yeah. It is a long road, but you are on the path of healing.